So for the lab portion of this first project, this is how I'd like to finish things up. This is a sheet, and I've created a special sheet that has a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. It's 48 inches by 27 inches, large enough to be a full technical document. Sheet size, but the aspect ratio fits with what you would see on a digital screen, and I'll explain some more of that in class. But it's populated with a few views that kind of describe the construction of a range screen system that we just finished. I've exploded the view out. I put labels on, and I've labeled them all as just element. I'm leaving that up to you to give them the proper names. And so this is what we're looking for, and I'll go through a couple of steps on how we get there. So where we left off was on the other document, and I'll go to that. And the first thing I'm going to do is create that sheet. So I'll make a new sheet, and it hasn't been imported yet, the new digital title block. So I'll make that available on Blackboard, but it's a standard sheet that I've created. And let's go ahead and most of the views that we've discussed, if I flip back to this other drawing, you should be well aware of how to create these now. Excuse me a minute, let's get to the sheet. So we have just the 3D view, a colored section view, just an odd view from top, but it kind of gives an idea of the gap between the panel and the insulation system. And then this exploded one, which we'll do right now, for those of you who haven't gone through that experience. But these other three views you should be able to complete. So let's take just a look at this one. So we'll go back over to the other drawing. And I've already created that sheet. We've imported it. So let's now take a look at a 3D view that we want to manipulate. And we're going to do that exploded view. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this view. Turn on the section box and crop it down. And we'll look at moving some elements. I'll multiple select the frame elements. And we'll use our explode or displace elements, excuse me. So I'll hit displace elements, and then I can go ahead and immediately pull those off. And I'll pull them off a long ways here so things don't get hung up on each other. I'm going to open up that section block so we catch that whole other framing element. And then we'll just go back to the back plane, select our displace the element, pull it back. I believe we've got the back wall, so I'll pull that back. And then I'll tab until I can grab our moisture barrier and pull that back. And we'll grab our insulation. And we'll move those back a little bit. Actually, I'm going to pull those forward because they're going to sit in front of the Z-girts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab all of the tiles right away. I'm just doing this. You can do this any way you want to do that makes it descriptive. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and right click on this and select all of these visible in the view. And then I'm going to displace them, pull them way out. I wanted to pull the insulation back, but I didn't get it far enough, so we'll just go ahead and move things out that way. We'll grab that, our track channel, select all of those in the view. Pull those out in front. Now I'd kind of like to move these things back. I'm fighting about how they appear in relationship to the Z-girt. And then let's grab all the clips. And then I think we have to ungroup those because the way nature of the way I grouped them. And then we can move those forward. Once again, we're going to just stretch the system out a little bit. I'll grab this now and pull it out. And maybe we'll just grab a, let's see if I can grab a single instance of this and displace it further. All right, so anyway, that's, you know, just a quick run through of how to get these elements displaced. Things are not reading really nicely here, so I'm just showing this as the methodology of pulling these elements apart. So once we've completed on that, we can go to the sheet and then drag that on. It's really small scale, so we'll select it. It's not allowing us to change the scale to it. I'm not sure why that is. We have, oh, I guess I'm allowed to change the scale here, so I'm going to go ahead and do it on the view. It's probably because I did it from an isometric view and not a perspective view. So I'll get a chance to change its scale, and then I'll go back to the sheet, and I picked a huge scale, but anyway, I'll pull that back on again. And then let's go ahead and I'll double click into this and we'll pull its scale down. And then I've noticed is what I'll do is I'll just typically, let me deactivate this. And we'll delete that view. And we'll just drag it back on the sheet again so we get the nice alignment of the title block underneath it. So right now, I'm going to just end up this, this video clip. We've got our section box showing. We don't want that. We want to annotate it. And we really want a better looking view. And I'll refer back to our other document. Where this is a little more descriptive of what's going on. And you'll notice that we don't have any section box showing. We've got a nice light shadow. We've got some ambient shadows. So we get a good idea of how all the parts and pieces are put together. So I'm encouraging to do something. Actually, it looks like I used a lot less tiles here, so that simplified that. So this is what I would like to see the final sheet look like. Of course, it be in your own style and with some variation or any other kind of creativity that you can add to it.